Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you my Destiny Hero deck. This deck is not the best Destiny Hero deck, but it's one I'm comfortable playing with. And if you ask me, this is the best deck, the ones you're comfortable playing with. So I'll go each card individually and show you what they do, and maybe at the end I'll show you some combos. Right. I won one Destiny Hero Diamond Dude. Diamond Dude's got quite a unique ability. What he does, simply you excavate the top card of your deck once per turn, and if it is a spell, send it to the graveyard, and if so, you activate it next turn. So example, if you had Monster Reborn, send that to the graveyard, next turn you'll be able to reborn a monster. Next is Destiny Hero Doomlord. Doomlord's special ability is really handy in a tight situation. Once per turn, you can banish target one monster your opponent controls, bans that target, but you cannot declare an attack the turn this card is activated. This must control this face. You must control this face-up attack position card in order to resolve the effect. So in other words, if you destroy this monster before the effect is done, you don't get a card back. Because if you do keep him on the field, the banished monster returns to the opponent's side of the field at the same battle position during the second standby phase. So let's go on for that again. Destiny Doomlord, what he does, you banish a card for 2 turns, in other words. But if he leaves the field, your card does not come back. Next, I've run a Destiny Hero Blade Master. Blade Master's effect is quite handy for bulking up your power. During your opponent's battle phase, you can discard this card, whole fits up Destiny Hero monsters, gain 800 attack till the end of the turn. So again, if you have a tight situation, discard him and happy days. Next, we have Destiny Hero Dreamer. Dreamer's effect is, is very unique because it really helps out in a tight situation. During a damage calculation, if your Destiny Hero monster battles a card in a If your Destiny Hero monster battles and this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, and if you do, the monster cannot be destroyed by battle. So let's run through it. If I draw, say now Hugh's in my grave and you attack into Diamond Dude, I'll bring him back in defense. He can no longer be destroyed by battle while Dreamer is on the field. So, really useful card to get out of a tough situation. If you're staring down like a Blue Eyes, you can make your cards indestructible for a turn, depending on how many monsters they have. Next is Destiny Hero Dark Angel. Dark Angel, if you have 3 or more Destiny Hero monsters in your graveyard, you can banish them and special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster from your grave. I think I got that right. 1 second. No, sorry, I made a mistake. When you have 3 or more Destiny Hero monsters in your graveyard, discard this card and then special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster from your grave. Next is Destiny Hero the Defender. Defender is really useful, especially in face down defense, because they attack into 2700, quite high. But if he's in face up defense, your opponent draws an extra card during their draw phase. So he's more for support for defense mainly. Next, I run 3 D-Cubes. D-Cube become Destiny Hero when they're on the field, but D-Cubed again has a very unique effect. You can discard up to 2 cards and bring forth 2 more D-Cubes, either from the grave or from the deck, or both. You can even, here's a good little tip for you, if you happen to pull 3, discard 2, bring back 2. That is a legal move. So you can discard 2 and then resurrect 2. It's really handy in a tight situation. Next, I run 3 Destiny Hero Drill Darks. Drill Dark again is one of those useful cards for getting extra summons. When you normal summon Destiny Hero Drill Dark or special summon him, you're allowed to special summon 1 more Destiny Hero monster. I do believe it is, you can special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster you control with, let me just flip them around. Let me read it to you. If this card is normal special summon, you can special summon 1 Destiny Hero monster from your hand with attack less than or equal to this card. So, If you special summon once and you add another, you can literally get 3 out in one go if you pull 3. Really handy card. Next, I run 2 Destiny Hero Dynatogs. Now, Dynatog is one of those cards you never play. Just don't play him. In other words, you've got to get him into the grave, or he's useless otherwise. So when he's in the grave, what you do is very simple. What you do, say now you go into battle phase with Drill Dark. Now Drill Dark is on 16. You can banish up to 2. Well, you can banish your Dynatogs, and he goes up by 1,000 for each one. Or if you are being attacked during army calculation, quick effect, you can discard this card, make yourself take no battle damage, and if you do, each player take 1,000 points of damage. That's quite a handy card for either upping your attack or taking no damage. Next is 2 cards like Dynatog that you shouldn't really play, but just use them in your hand more than anything. That's 2 Elemental Hero Honest Neos. Honest Neos is like Dynatog, but better. You can discard this card from your hand during any player's turn, and select 1 hero monster. It gains 2,500 for that turn. So that's really handy if you're being attacked or attacking. Next, I run 1 Destiny Hero Plasma. Now, Plasma is a personal favourite of mine. What Plasma does cannot be normal or special. Cannot be normal or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by triggering 3 monsters. Negate the effects of face-up monsters while your opponent controls them. So in other words, no effect will work on Plasma and no effect can be used. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, equip that target to this card, maximum of 1. This card gains a tag equal to half the original attack of the monster. So, in other words, if you played him there, so you targeted Honest Neos, you get 1250 on top of Plasma's original 19. Really handy card. Bit of a pain to get out, but he's not that bad. Next is one of my personal favourites, Destiny Hero Dogma. Dogma is brutal. What he does, he's first off he's on 3,400, that's just brilliant. He is like Destiny Hero Plasma, must be special by tributing 3. But at the each standby, well, your first stand, you say opponent's first standby phase after him being summoned, your opponent's lives are halved. That's it. Your life points, you're on 8,000, you're now on 4,000 thanks to Dogma. Right, going on to spells. I run a Future Fusion. Why not? You know, they're really handy. If you think of another Future Fusion does. Next is more of an interesting card, and that's Fusion Destiny. I run 2 of them. Fusion Destiny is like a polymerization, but used in the right way, it can really mess you up, but used in the right way, it really helps. You can fusion summon any hero monster, but must contain Destiny Hero material, but it is destroyed at the end of the go. Now, we'll come back to that later, but I want to remind myself, because there's a fusion monster that can negate that. Well, ish. 1 polymerization, know what that does. 2 Destiny draws. Discard a Destiny Hero monster, draw 2 cards. Like Polygrade, but with Destinies. Fusion Gate, know what that does. Cyclone Blade. Now, there's an equipped card, so when you equip it to your monster, I do believe I'm correct. If you equip it to a Destiny Hero monster, if it attacks, destroy 1 spell or trap on the field. Be careful, that's not the only one, you might have to destroy your own, so be careful. 1 Monster Reborn. Going into traps, 1 Defortune. Defortune, activate only when your opponent declares a direct attack by removing from play 1 Destiny Hero monster, end the battle phase. D-Tactics. Now D-Tactics is one of those long-winded cards, but it's really handy when it gets going. Start off, during your standby phase, you can have all hero monsters gain 400 attack, even the cards that leave the field. If a level 8 or higher Destiny Hero monster or a Destiny End Dragoon, get to him later, is special summoned to your side of the field, except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your opponent's hand, 1 card from your opponent's hand, random, field or graveyard. If this card is in the spell and trap card zone and is destroyed by a card effect, you can add 1 Destiny Hero monster from your deck to your hand. You can also only use the effect of one of the effects of D-Tactics once per turn. I now run a D-Shield. D-Shield, again, handy for very tight quarters. It literally makes your card immortal if it's a Destiny Hero, so it can opt to survive a battle. Scrap Iron Scarecrow, really handy card. people seem to forget about it, but it literally stops. You can stop a blow to your direct life points or to any monster. You can save them for a turn. It's quite handy. Next, quite a controversial card, Magic Cylinders. Now, I hate Magic Cylinders as a rule, unless I'm using them, obviously, but I cannot tell you how many times I've got out of a tight situation thanks to Magic Cylinders. Next is D-Chain. What does D-Chain do now? This card is an equip card. You can equip it to a Destiny You can equip it to a Destiny Hero monster. It can gain 500 attack. When it destroys an opponent monster, sent to the graveyard, inflict 500 extra damage to your opponent. Next are 2 D-counters. D-counters, when you target a Destiny Hero monster to attack, destroy the attacking monster. Next are D-fusions, not D-fusions in the defuse card, a D-fusion. Again, D-fusion is literally what you think it is. Fusion one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion material, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn. Only Destiny Hero monsters can use Destiny fusion materials for a fusion summoning using this card. So in other words, you can only use Destiny Hero monsters with D-fusion. Next is 2 Destiny Signals. When a monster you control destroys the battle and sent to the graveyard, special 1 level 4 Destiny Hero monster from your hand or deck. Is it hand or deck? Yeah, hand or deck. Right. That's all of them. Now we go on to the extras. I'm running 1 Destiny Hero Dominance. The reason I run Dominance is because it's so easy to get out. All you need is 3 Destiny Hero monsters and this deck is stacked with them. His effect. During a main phase, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck or your opponent's deck and then place them at the top of the deck in any order. That's again very handy if you want to delay your opponent. When this card destroys an opponent's monster in battle, you draw 1 card. If this fusion summon monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target 3 level 9 monsters in your lower Destiny Hero monsters with different names in your graveyard to special summon them. You can only use the effect of Destiny Hero Dominance once per turn. Next we are running 1 Destiny Hero Dangerous. Now Dangerous may seem like a weak card, it's only 2000, but its quick effect, you can discard 1 card, send 1 Destiny Hero monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, a Destiny Hero monster you control gain 200 attack. Only use that once per turn again. Next is Destiny Hero Dystopia. Dystopia again is an interesting card. I do believe it's the right one. Yes it is. If this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 level 4 lower Destiny Hero monster in graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the target's attack. So if I was to discard a target Droll Dark, then I would have 1600 damage to my opponent. Sorry about that, my camera cut out. Where was I? That's right. Next is Vision Hero Trinity. Trinity's effect is really useful. His attack is double, so he's originally on 25, and he's now at 5000 on his first go he was summoned, and he can attack 3 times, but not directly. Again, really useful for demolishing your opponent. Destiny Endragoon. Endragoon, I would recommend summoning with Fusion Destiny, because when he's destroyed at the end of the turn thanks to Fusion Destiny, he can be brought back by banishing 1 Destiny Hero monster from your graveyard. Also, you can target 1 of your opponent's monsters, destroy it, and he takes a damage equal to the attack of his monster. Next is Extra Hero Infernal Divisor. I run 2 of them. Divisor allows me to reveal to my opponent a fusion monster. It must be a hero monster. So if I was to reveal Trinity states 3 heroes, so I can add any up to 2 hero monsters from my deck to my hand thanks to Divisor. Finally is Extra Hero Dread Decimator. Now Dread Decimator is very, brutal as well, like Dogma, because what he can do, he gains attack equal to 100 for each hero monster in the graveyard, also inflicts piercing damage, so your defenses are not safe against Dread Decimator. Some alternative cards is the Clock Tower Prison, the Dread Servants, and the Dread Master. Clock Tower Prison works on counters. When it hits 4 counters, you no longer take battle damage. And so you think, oh, that's wonderful. But what happens if your opponent destroys the clock tower? So clock tower goes, and out comes the Dreadmaster. Now the Dreadmaster, he gains attack equal to all of Destiny Hero monsters on the field. But he can special summon up to 2 Destiny Hero monsters from the graveyard if he is special summoned this way. Now what does the Dread Servants do? Going back to the clock tower, if you play 2 Dread Servants or 1, you can gain an additional counter onto the clock tower prison. I don't run these simply because of the fact I never find them very useful. They're powerful, don't get me wrong, but they're not that good in my opinion. I'll be back in 1 minute to show you a simple setup of the endgame board, what you're looking for and how to do it. Welcome back. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to prove to you what this deck can do by shuffling it and showing you a standard open play and what you should be looking for, and simple moves that can turn off into great outcomes. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Preferably you'd like to go second, get that extra draw. So, we're going to pretend as if we're going second. I'll put my cards out by here. So we'll draw. See, that's already a brilliant hand. Why? Simple. First off, I would activate Fusion Destiny to fuse from my hand Destiny Hero Dogma, and from my deck Destiny Hero, where is he? Destiny Hero Plasma to create Destiny End Dragoon. Now, like I said earlier, if I was to do this, then he would be destroyed at the end of the go. That's not a problem. We can just banish one of these cards because Dogma and Plasma cannot be brought back from the grave. I just learned this today as so happens. So, they're pretty much dead cards and they're in the grave. So what you can do is, and now I have these cards in my hand, I would use Future Fusion to go into my extras and probably fuse the lowest cards I have, apart from D-Cubes, always handy. I would Future Fusion Dynatog, where are you? The Defender, because he's quite weak, and Dynatog again, to get those Dynatogs into your graveyard for the extra 1,000 points. So that's 3 hero monsters, and we would want to get out Trinity, so we put him under there for next go. Next, after that goes, we would set the Signal, Destiny Signal, because Destiny Signal again is handy when a Destiny monster is destroyed. And we also set Defusion, so in case emergencies we can fuse everything together to counter his attack. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, now we will then end, so Destiny End Dragoon is destroyed. Now, you probably take deal damage to me, which isn't a problem. So now you took 16, so still, what? 16 minus that. That is 64 still on the board, so that's not bad. Now, you next go, you draw one. It's Blade Master. That's really good. Let me show you how you can literally destroy your opponent. You would banish, say, the Defender from the graveyard to bring back End Dragoon, thanks to his effect. Then, what you would do, Trinity also would come out. So Trinity is at 5,000 because he's just summoned like that. And he can attack 3 times. Next, what I will do, will recommend going to battle phase. Have Trinity to attack all of his defense because he cannot attack directly. So I would wipe out his defense, most likely. Then go for the attack. Banish 2 Destiny Hero Dynatogs from your graveyard, increasing him by 2,000, taking him up to 5,000. Attacking then for 5,000. Which is a really strong attack when you think about it. That's literally over half his life points gone. And then you end, or if you want, you can leave one of his monsters alive, and then activate his effect to destroy it and inflict attack damage equal to his attack to your opponent. Then, that's pretty much the game you got from that. And that's one of the ways you can do it. Let me just reset and I'll show you another way we can do it. This deck has many routes you can go down. It's got many backup plans. So never be afraid to experiment with what you can do. I'm back. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to show you where I'd like to go first. What's a good opening play? Not quite a bad hand. That's a really bad hand. Let me reshuffle that because after doing the deck profile, it's not really all that mixed up. So let's do it quickly. My apologies for this. Okay, mix them all together. Okay, that's better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, now let's see what we can do going first. Right, chances of that. What I would do, activate Destiny Draw, discard D cubed, draw 2 cards. If you have a bad hand, that's not a problem. Next, what we would do, normal summon Destiny Hero Drill Dog, because Drill Dog allows an extra summon. So bring out D cubed. Activate D cube's effect, where he's normal so special summoned. Normal special? No, it's just an effect, okay, so it doesn't matter. You can discard up to 2 cards, so I would discard D cubed and Dreamer, because Dreamer's only handy really in the grave, to bring out 2 D cubes from the grave. So 1, 2. Link off 3, because the class is hero monsters when they are on the field or in your hand. 4, extra hero Dread Decimator. Put him there so you can see him. I know he's goes there, but just put him there for the time being. Now, to me, that's already a grand advantage because you got a card with, I'll tell you how much, 1, 2, 3, and it should be a 4 from there, isn't it? Yep, 4. So he's on 2,900 already. So if you put a card in defense against attack, and there'll be a massive amount of damage taken. So that is the plan you're looking for. Or, alternatively, go back a few steps. Go back a few steps and bring out your D cubes again. You can link off 2 for extra hero Infernal Divisor. Divisor revealed a fusion monster. So Vision Hero Trinity. 3 hero monsters add up to 2 of the materials from your deck to your hand. So I'll pick Dogma. Because it says 3 heroes, Neos. And the reason I added these 2 is because I would tribute all 3. Because he's a special summon, Destiny Hero Dogma. Destiny Hero Dogma within half your opponent's attack points next go. I would set that. And say now, at the off chance your opponent has something more powerful, discard Honest Neos. Honest Neos ranks him up to 5,900, and not many monsters that can overcome that. So, this has been Zigrelli. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope this has helped you in some way. If you want to leave a like, it would be appreciated. Subscribe if you like. Please leave a nice comment, and I'll be happy days to you all. Thank you.